Hello guys, the DB Grinder here, back at it again with another video, and this time I'm here with
Anthony.
And what'd you play and what'd you place?
I played Floowandereeze and I placed top 16 at YCS Niagara Falls.
Alright, and do you want to do any shoutouts before we hop in?
Yeah, shoutouts to my friends back in New York, shoutouts to Card Quest, Yugioh, Gamer's Choice, and shoutouts to Shoot for coming with me.
Alright, and let's hop right into the deck profile.
Okay. So for the main deck birds, we have 3 Rabina, 3 Eaglin, 1/1. Some people run 2 street, but I found that a lot of the time when you see the street numbers didn't really matter. It's all about seeing these. And yeah, the 8 is like the standard number. The second street never really came up. The only time that the second street comes up is like if their redoer takes your street off the top or something, but that rarely happens anyway, and you can just rise a second back. So the 8 birds is fine. And then for the big birds, I have 2 M-Pen, 1 Ryza, 1 Avian. At the start, it was no Avian and 3 M-Pens because I really liked hard drawing the M-Pens, because when people play against Floowandereeze, if they have 1 imperm, they usually save it for the Eaglin, because statistically you're less likely to open a tribute, especially M-Pen. But if you hard open M-Pen, you punish them super hard and usually win the game from there. But because of Runic, I needed like a card that does something against them. So unfortunately I had to put the Avian back in. I really don't like it. I sided this out a lot going second, and yeah, that's all. And then the statue, and then I did play the Samorg package, and then the DD Crow for like the rest of the stuff Rabina can search out. The DD Crow is fine. Searching it when you already have everything against tier feels really good, and also this is insane because when you normal Rabina and they have this, you can Rabina search out statue and just summon statue on them, which is like insane because whatever they mill doesn't matter anymore. And then last but not least, the Samorg package. I feel like you can't really play Flunder without it anymore. It just gives you like the gas you need to push on. Like so many games when I can't get that access to map, the Samorg package gives me like the field spell, which gives me my second normal summon, which is the amount of gas I need to kill people. And also under Elbor's 2 M-Pens and a Samorg is 81. I had this happen a lot already where I had to kill them that turn, and this was the card that got me there in the end. And then obviously we have this card, the best card in the game. Yep. For spells, we have the 6 pots. Hopefully this doesn't get hit. I really like this card. For going second cards, it's the Dark Ruler. Just the Dark Ruler in the main for now. And then 3 and 3. This card's insane. And then the one-ofs. This is the brick that you have to play when you play the Samorg engine. This card's really good. And then this card got a lot better. Usually when you do the double M-Pen play, you can search this card turn 1, and it just like it really helps you against Sprite because you can like tribute their cards off, and like it helps you as additional disruption. And then this is a search that, and then since I played this, the 40th card I couldn't come up with, so I just put a mine in here. It never really came up that much because people like are so prepared for mine this tournament. Like everybody just searched Smashers turn 1, and mine really never had a time to shine. I usually just always sided this card out. I didn't even want to see it. And then the 1 3 count, of course. Now you wanted to go to the side or the extra?
Extra.
Okay. Extra. I have Slayer targets. 1 2 3 4. This is for the synchro decks, the fusion decks. Draw 1, pop 1. Spin the graveyard, and then in case I need it, I guess. And then more Slayer targets. In theory, it protects your Dreaming Town from getting popped. Never really used it. The best Slayer target. This card's insane. I play the brick in the side just to facilitate this card. This card's so nice. Single-handedly clear Sprite boards. It's better than the Tis in that it doesn't target, so they can't really respond to it. It's so strong. And then for the cards you actually might go into, this never came up. I never needed to go into the extra deck, but in theory, you can go into these. I mean, in theory. And then the Phoenix, in theory, to out like floodgates. This, in theory, you could Rabina into this, and then this brings back your Shifter, which gets you this, which is like 3 attributes. In theory, never came up. Never needed it. And then this, I gave respect to the Ignister players that I never met. And then best card decided in almost every matchup. If it's not like mirror match or anything, I sided in. This only comes in against Sprite usually, but this goes in every time. It's just so nice. And if this goes in, I usually consider siding out Shifter because they clog each other. But versus like extreme circumstances, I have them both together, and if I draw them, it's whatever. More going second cards. Yeah, I want to have a lot of going second cards because this deck just sucks going second, unfortunately. And then this is for Runic. This is also for Runic. I never met Runic, but when I went again in testing, it really helps to have a second one against Runic because this is their biggest priority when you face that matchup. They just want to get this card gone, and if you have a second one, it's a lot harder for them to manage their resources to out both of them. And this is just really good against like all the floodgates that you might be facing, like Tikaboo. I expected Tikaboo because it goes in mash. Although like in fact I never sided them in because I didn't face those decks. And then the unfair cards in the end. Yeah, lesson learned. You always side this out and keep this in if you can only keep one in. But these two cards are auto win cards going first. If I ever lose game 1, I just side these 5 in going game 2, and I know I can just win it. And then game 3, I just side this in, and hopefully I win. It's just how it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else you want to say?
Well, deck is pretty good, I guess. It's good against almost every deck in the meta, and if you just learn how to play like the small Simorg lines, you'll do pretty well with it. Otherwise, that's it.
All right, and thank you.
Thank you very much.